Hello and welcome to Food for Thought, Insights for Busy Leaders and Managers in just 150 seconds. Today I'd like to talk about the fundamental attribution error. It's one of the cognitive biases that can get in the way and often cause a lot of problems in the workplace, a lot of dissatisfaction and conflicts with teams actually. And what it's about is that we actually interpret our own behavior differently than the way that we interpret the behavior of others. So for example, if I'm driving and I'm in a rush because I've got an important client meeting and I'm late for it. There was a sort of traffic jam further down the line and I'm now zipping along on the motorway, and then suddenly the car in front of me brakes for an unknown reason and I need to swerve into the middle lane, and before I know it I'm swerving in front of someone else. They're beeping at me and I go like, oh, that wasn't so good, but everything's safe, no problem, and off we go. Now, I don't think badly of myself in that. I'm just going like, there were a whole bunch of factors there. I'm in a rush, and then there's this traffic situation. But the people that were beeping at me were probably going like, that guy's an idiot, he's a bad person, he's a bad driver, he only thinks for himself, he's not thinking of others, careless, and all bunch of other names, right? So we tend to think and justify our own behavior because we understand the decision-making process, the external factors that are impinging on us, and why we are doing what we're doing, and we see ourselves as fundamentally still a good person. But if we see the behavior of others and that is missing, so we're missing the intent and we're missing the external factors, we'll jump to the conclusion that that's impinged badly on us and therefore they're a bad person, and we'll make loads of judgments about it. So think very carefully about how this could be happening in the workplace. When you've got to make a difficult decision and you've had lots of time to think about it and you've spoken to lots of different people, and then you make this decision and yet you know it's going to be disruptive for some people, other teams or other staff. If you don't clearly articulate your intent, and if you don't clearly articulate all the external factors that were impacting on your decision, they will have a fundamental attribution error about you. And this happens a lot between teams as well, where one team will see the actions of another team and think they just think for themselves, they're not doing anything right, and blah, blah, blah. They'll get a whole bunch of stuff and it becomes personal. Once it becomes personal, people get emotional, and people can't be emotional and rational at the same time. So it can spiral out of control really quickly. So think about how the fundamental attribution error may be impacting in your workplace. Thank you.